Hi everyone, my name's Olivia. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Makeup Fun with Olivia. Today I'm going to be doing the 15 random things about me tag. I was tagged by MaryEllen, who has a YouTube channel called Sensational After 60. I'm going to link her down below so you can check her out. Please do check her out. She's a lovely lady, both inside and out. Thank you, MaryEllen, for tagging me. It's a little bit hard for me to talk about myself, but I really enjoyed watching everybody else's tag videos and getting to know them and getting to know you all. So I thought, why not? Let's try to do this. So I wrote them all down and I'm going to be referring to them just so I don't forget. So here we go. 15 random things about me. I hope I don't scare anybody off. The first one is I didn't start using makeup until I was 28 years old. Before that, I only used tinted balms, no makeup at all on my face. Yeah, I was kind of crazy that way. And so not until the age of 28, when I was going to get married and wanted to wear a little bit of makeup for my wedding day, and so my girlfriends took me to all of these counters, the MAC counter, Nordstrom's, they even took me to Saks Fifth, and it was all downhill from there because I got hooked on all kinds of makeup. So yeah, I didn't start using it till I was 28 years old. Number two, I once ran a marathon. I think I was 30 years old, I want to say, or 29. So yeah, I ran 26.2 miles, if you can believe that. Before that, I couldn't even finish a mile, but I was crazy. I signed up because I went to this informational session where they were talking about, it was through the Team in Training, if anybody's heard of that, and they raise funds for leukemia and lymphoma, people with leukemia and lymphoma, and I had recently lost my mom, and so I wanted to jump in and help out. I felt very passionate about it. When I went to my first training, I was really scared because I couldn't even finish 1 mile, but it's amazing how your body adjusts after training for a few weeks and increasing your mileage. Anyway, I did it. I finished the 26.2 miles. I've never done it again, but I did it. Number three, I'm a very complicated person because I like completely opposite things, or what would seemingly be opposite things. So I love vampires. I love vampire novels and vampire movies, but I also love unicorns, or at least I used to when I was younger. I had everything in unicorns. I had the earrings, I had the necklace, I had perfumes, I had the bedspread, everything with unicorns. And so it went away in my college years, but now that I have my daughter, she's into unicorns, and I am completely and utterly back into them and enabling her. So yeah, kind of a contradiction, but maybe not so much because they're both kind of magical kind of creatures. So yeah. Number four, I lost 4 people very dear to me in 1 year when I was 28. I lost my mother, my grandmother, my uncle who had Down syndrome, and my grandfather, and I was very close to all of them. And it was a very difficult year. I'm going to try not to get choked up, but I did want to mention it because it's something that has changed me completely and forever. You know, for anybody who's ever lost anybody, and especially if you've lost your mother and you're close to her and she was your best friend, it changes you forever. There's no one that could ever replace her, and no one can ever replace these 4 people for me. So it really changed me. When you lose someone, you really realize how precious life is, and you see life in a completely different perspective. So yeah, that completely changed me. Some good ways and some bad ways, but I think mostly in good ways. It just makes me appreciate life. Where am I? Number 5, I knit and crochet. I love knitting and crocheting. I have tubs of yarn in my closet that my husband would love for me to get rid of. I started when I was 6 years old. My mother taught me, and I did it a lot when I was little. I did a ton of doilies. That was my thing, just doing a ton of doilies. My mom did nicer things like the ponchos, and you know, it was the late 60s, early 70s, and so they were in. But I did a lot of doilies, and then I stopped doing them, and I got back into it when I was pregnant with my son and started making a lot of blankets and scarves and accessories. And so anyways, yeah, I love both knitting and crochet, completely addicted to it. Number 6, I used to drive a motorcycle in college. When I met my now husband, he had a motorcycle, and he taught me how to drive a motorcycle. And we met in college in Northern California, and there are a ton of places to go motorcycle riding because there are lots of hills and beautiful scenery. And so yeah, that's what my boyfriend and I would do. We'd go driving motorcycles. Needless to say, after we had kids, we got rid of them. So number 7, I am a hippie at heart. I should have been born a decade earlier, I think, because everything about a hippie heart, I believe in standing up for justice, and I'm like happy crunchy granola bar type of personality where I'm happy-go-lucky. I don't get upset quickly, but I do get upset when it comes to standing up for justice. That's actually one of the ones that I put in here. So I'm kind of giving you 2 in 1 here. I'm very, very passionate about justice, and I'm not afraid to stand up and fight for what's right. So yeah, I'm very much a hippie at heart. Oh, the next one was I'm passionate about justice. So yeah, I gave you 2 in 1 there. Number 9, I have a soft spot in my heart for people with Down syndrome. I grew up with an uncle who had Down syndrome. He has since passed away, but I loved him so much. He was a big, big part of my life. He was the happiest, most beautiful person in my life, and I loved him so dearly. I don't want to get all teary-eyed, but yeah, so every time I see someone with Down syndrome, I look at them, and I'm always careful because I don't want the person or the parents or whoever's with them to think that I'm being mean, but you know, I'm looking at them because I'm remembering my uncle. I have the softest spot for people with Down syndrome. Number 10. I love a wide variety of music. I love pop, I love rap, I like dance music, I like classical, I like Mexican music, I like French music, you name it. I love listening to all kinds of different music. You know, I like the Rolling Stones as much as I like Ice Cube the rapper, as much as I like Los Enanitos Verdes. If any of you listen to Spanish rock en español, love it. So yeah, I have a very wide variety taste in music, and that's actually one of the things that I connected with my husband, because he does too. We still have towers and towers of CDs, and our friends laugh at us because everything's digital now, but we still have our IKEA towers up against the wall with all these CDs of random music that we love. Number 11. My favorite holiday is Halloween, and I think it's not the dress-up part, although that is a very fun part of it. I really enjoy doing it with my kids, but I think it's down deep inside. I remember going trick-or-treating with my mother, and it was so fun. We would just do it for the longest time, and I just enjoyed being outside with all the kids and all the families, and just, you know, going door to door, knocking, and it was just so much fun. And so once I had my kids and they were old enough to go trick-or-treating, I think I get more excited than they do. Or I just, you know, get even more excited to see their excitement, because I remember feeling that with my mom, and so I love Halloween. Love, 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 love Halloween. Number 12. My guilty pleasure is reading Us magazine. Yes, I love Us magazine. My husband tells me, how can you like reading that stuff? I don't know, I love it. I read it from front to back. And I love it. That's kind of like my downtime from not thinking and just enjoying the gossip stuff. That's the only thing. I don't watch it on TV or anything, but I love Us magazine. Number 13. I can be extremely shy, although you'd never know it. My whole life I was extremely shy, and but that's one of the things that actually changed after I lost my mom, that I realized life is just too short. So I started connecting with people more, talking more, and just taking myself out of that comfort zone. And so now I do all these crazy things like starting a YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm still very shy inside, but I push myself to go beyond that comfort zone. Number 14, one of my all-time favorite books is Succulent Wild Woman by Sark. If you've never read that book, I recommend you all read it. It has a theme of living juicy and just living life to the fullest, and that all connects back to, you know, just appreciating life and having lost my loved ones, you know, just not taking any moment for granted and just treating yourself like the queen you are. So yes, that is by Sark, Succulent Wild Woman. Number 15. Number 15 kind of wraps everything together, and so anyway, this is what it is. I try very hard to live by what is important to me, and I try to be present in the moment, even if it's hard. And it is hard sometimes because we have this list of things to do, and you know, now it's time to do this, and now it's time to do this, and we're going to be late for this, and you know, I don't know about you guys, but I'm always on this schedule. Let's go to work, let's go drop the kids off to work, let's do this, let's do that, parties, birthday parties for the kids, and you know, it's just always something. And so I really try to be present in that moment. If I'm enjoying, even if it's just sitting on the sofa watching cartoons with my kids, I try to close my eyes sometimes and just take it all in, just enjoy that I have my little ones right there next to me. Or if it's in the craziness where we're going shopping and they're driving me crazy sometimes, because kids sometimes do drive you crazy even though you love them to death. I still try to remind myself, you know what, one day you're going to miss this craziness when they go off to college, so enjoy it right now. So it's hard, but I try to be present in every single moment. Life is just too short not to. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit better. If you have any questions or any comments, or can relate to any of my craziness, please let me know that I'm not the only crazy one. Comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Bye!